Okay, we've basically spent the last week up at the cottage in Apsley, and I gave you an update in terms of what was going on in the house. But it's Saturday, the 13th of August, and we're back in the garden, and harvest has begun. So we are very busy picking the last of the cucumbers. We're getting to the end of them, thank goodness, because we just cannot keep up. We had way too many cucumbers this year. We've also got some more zucchini. The tomatoes have started. I can show you what we've actually been able to pick for those. We're starting in on the bean crop, which is looking pretty good for this year. And tomatoes, as I've said, carrots are coming. I just picked up a few onions to see what they're like, and here you can see the ones that I picked up. So what we'll do is just let these dry. I've got the water on the garden right now, so that's why they're all wet. So we'll let these dry, and then we'll braid the onion greens together and give long strings of the onions. So I'll show you what the gardens look like at this point in time. So there's lots of cabbage, so we've got to look at the cabbage. This tomato plant has been going great guns since Rachel brought it over. There are the cucumbers, and here you can see some of the cucumbers that we've collected. So these are the ones that were on the plants this morning. I picked them. Two big zucchinis. There are more zucchinis coming. Here you can see one. And there's another one underneath there. And I'm sure that there's many more. If I go looking, and I see a big one in there. And there's probably some more. The peppers have gotten lost, so there should be peppers in there. I can see a pepper plant there, but the rest of the pepper plants I am not seeing at this point. So the squash have run amok. They're everywhere. And you can see some squash. There's one right there that's starting to grow. And I'm sure that there's plenty more. There's another one in there. Oh, here's another one over here. And here are the onions. As you can see, there are a few weeds dispersed or interspersed with the onions themselves, but not too bad. So there's the onions. And there are the potatoes. So we'll need to get at the potatoes and see what they're like underneath the ground. Carrots, as I said, are growing. They'll need to be harvested soon. Carrots this year, you can tell that they don't have a lot of space to grow down. And Tricia and I will be fixing up the tomatoes because the supports, the strings that we've used to tie them up have broken down in several instances. So there's another one that's laying on the ground here.
I did that one already.
Okay. But there's probably two or more remaining yet. And then at the end of the row, I think you can see it here, the space between the last two peepholes, there's nothing because the entire line has fallen down. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do to fix that up, but we'll get to it. And
Show the beans all on this side.
oh yeah, so here are the beans. So you can see this is a purple variety. We liked an awful lot last year, and they're very, very tasty, good looking, and we can use them just as direct eating beans, or we can put them through the snimo cutter to give us French cuts. Lots and lots and lots of beans. And then getting to the green beans, these are ready to be picked as well for their first pick. There won't be tons of them, but there will be some, as you can see. And we'll need to get to the peas. They're about at their last stage. You can see the roll over. There are all the carrots. Sunflowers. Have to see what the eggplants are doing at the end. Probably not an awful lot. They take a long time to mature, apparently. And here's the broken down support for the tomatoes on this end. Obviously too heavy, and I think I'm going to go get some wood to support them. Something has definitely been eating these tomato plants though, Trish. This one in particular.
Oh, yeah.
All of the top leaves are all chewed off. So I don't know if that's deer. Do deer like tomatoes? I don't know.
This one just fell down.
Okay, I'm going to set the camera up so that you can get a sense of what we're doing and then get to work. As you may be able to see, the major issue is the weight of the plants because of all of the tomatoes that are on it.
Yeah.
That's causing the issue, not the quality of our work prior to this.
I know.
I'm just talking to the camera.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Where's the camera? Oh, hi there.
So just to give you a sense, of how many tomatoes we have, I'll just go up and down the plants a little bit. So these are the ones that have not been picked yet. So you can see that there's quite a number of green ones on every single plant, and some that are.
Oh, the scissors are right down there.
The what?
The scissors should be down there.
Yep. The number of tomatoes varies, but for the most part, every plant is quite heavy with tomatoes, the fruits, all the way along. Different varieties, like this is a cherry tomato plant. We have a few of those, not too many. And then large beefsteaks. There's different types of those. This is the zebra one that we used last year. And I think we've only got one plant of that. Oh, there's the second plant. Okay, I think the next job is picking beans. So Tricia and I will be at picking beans for a bit. Okay, beans. I typically like to hold on to the stem that the bean is connected to so it doesn't tear everything away from the plant. And then just pull it. It really works well if you've got a group of beans in the same area. grab them all at the same time. And then there's smaller ones like this one. I don't know if you can see that. Very, very small. So I'll leave it for a later date for picking. And I've already done the ones on this side, so it's just the beans on this side of the fence for the most part. There'll be a few that I miss. I have to go back. What I basically do to find the beans is move the leaves out of the way and see what's hanging behind them. Because the beans usually hang down because they're fairly heavy compared to the leaves themselves. So they're relatively easy to find. Also relatively easy to miss. Do that carefully. So some of these will be eaten right away, fresh. We'll cook them up and have them as a meal. Others will cut them up and put them in the freezer for sometime later in the year. For the number of beans that we had last year, we still have some meals of beans left over. So we had a very good crop last year. We had more than one meal of beans per week of the entire year, which is why we're still eating beans from last year. We won't have that many this year. We've got fewer plants, and many of our green beans at the end of this row are actually eaten by rabbits. So we'll still have a good number. I don't know how many will remember us talking about this variety of beans last year, but even though they're a deep purple color when we pick them, inside you'll find that they're green, and when we cook them, they turn a dark green as well. And they taste very much like a green bean. I think it's got a sweeter, better flavor than a normal green bean. But they're very good. Okay, so at the end of the purple ones, I'm just going to briefly take a look at green beans.
We have some carrots germinate, but not a whole lot, eh? It's supposed to be Swiss chard here.
Being eaten?
I don't see any of it. I thought it was coming up, but it looks like it's been eaten. Gone.
Darn rabbits. You want to show the camera what you got?
Yeah, sure. So these are the peas that I just picked.
Check this, please. See those still on.
Yeah, it's still on. So these ones are peas, you know, that you're gonna pick in the pod. And then the smaller ones are supposed to be snow peas. But they kind of got a little bit thick too. So I'll have to go through and take out the ones that their skin is way too tough. Then we'll just take the peas out of that. But otherwise I'll just blanch them the way they are and put them in the freezer for stir fries. How far did you get, Ron? Almost done?
That's purple one.
What?
That's purple one. There's just a few things that are ready. I don't think that we need to spend any more. They're mostly still beans, right? Lots of them.
Who was the yellow beans that we want? These are greens or yellow?
These are green.
Yeah. And here's another haul of beans. I was just saying that to process them, it's probably going to take me, with yesterday's haul, a good part of the day tomorrow.
As you can probably tell, I quite like raw beans. I'm a bean fan anyways. I like peas better, but you never get as good a crop from peas as you do from beans. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I just need to do some watering of some flowers around here. They're getting to be a little on the dry side. Those flowers need a little bit of water, so I'll do that. And our grapes, oh, I should show you our grapes. So they're ripening up. I think I'll try one. Just wee little guys this year. See what they taste like. Still a little bit on the green side.
What'd you eat? A grape?
Yep. They're coming. There's sweetness there, but... Alright, so let me get to the watering, and we'll get this posted as soon as possible. So, there's an update. And I think what we'll do tomorrow, Trish, is we should show what we do to process some of this food as well. So we'll have an indoor, mostly an indoor day tomorrow, showing you processing, blanching of beans while cleaning the beans, getting them ready, cutting them. Some of them will be cut with a what we call in Dutch draaimolen. So it's actually a hand-driven cutter that does a French cut. So a very, very thin slice across the bean itself. So you end up with a different texture, really, with your beans, which is quite nice, actually, sometimes. And then others will be just cut into small pieces and blanched, and then put into the freezer in freezer bags. Anyways, we'll show you that tomorrow, and we'll sign off for now. Talk to you later.
So, another productive day in the garden, and this is us taking our haul home to the house. So, pick some sunflowers. There's all the beans.